So you have got my Boro bag in your hot little hands and you want to know what to do next, right? So let me give you a quick tour of what comes in this bag. So this is the hot pink bag. It is a hot pink bag and it has a hot pink 2-finger lamp. It has the USB cord for that. There's also a plug in here somewhere. There's a lot of goodies in here. And it's sanitized between uses, so you are good to go. So you will have likely a couple of different samples. The ones that are currently in here are the Deluxe Face Scrub, and that one is the mint and touch of vanilla. The Body Scrub, which is chocolate and caramel. And then the green tea cream. And if you bring your phone up to the QR code on there, it will take you to the link in my online store to purchase those, to see the ingredients, etc., etc. You will also have a pink cuticle pusher. This is how you're going to remove any polish, which chances are you don't have it on. I was going to take it off for this demonstration, but I thought instead of doing that, I'm going to show you how to use this lamp, and I'm just going to paint up one of the nail sticks that I have. So you will also have your own mini nail file, and I will tell you, I love the mini one. Love, love, love it. You need one of these with you everywhere, at work, at home, in your purse. There is a pair of the Axis nail clippers, and these ones are the Swarovski Crystal Limited Edition. Best nail clippers you will ever find. This part turns, so if you're cutting your left hand, you turn it that way. If you're doing the right, you don't want to go like this. You want to turn here. So this is for you to try, not to keep, Avi. There is my business card. There is a nail cleansing wipe, and I will show you when to use that. There are a couple of the remover pads. There's not 5, but if you do 2 fingers at a time, and then you move on to another 2, this will do your whole set, like your 10 nails. There will also likely be a tea sample. I'm saying likely because I don't know how long I'm going to be using this video for. So we'll see, but there will likely be a few samples because I want you to try it. The other thing that there will be, which is not in here right now, I was just topping this up because it's ready to go out to be borrowed, are samples of the shampoo, conditioner, and the oil. So that will come in there as well. And this is just a bunch of promotional stuff. I don't even know if that will stay in there, but there's also a catalog so you can see all of the colors. Obviously, I have a website and you can see all of that. And I will tell you, if you're looking at a color, always look at it when it's on the nail, not the color straight out of the picture, like the polish swatch. Take it from the one that's on actual nails. So the other thing you're going to do, and the other thing that will be in here, is a polish. And the way that that is chosen is you will get the most current picture of my collection. And it's building quite nicely. I've gotten 2 of the build your own collection, and there's 11 in here, and I got it half price. So you're basically paying for 5 and getting 6 free. It's amazing. If you want to know more, let me know. All you have to do is host a party and get to the host rewards, and you can get that half off. So you will look at the colors that I have, and I know this lighting isn't the greatest to be able to get an idea, like these ones up here. Anyways, you will get to choose the color that you want from the colors that I have. I don't have them all, obviously, but you will choose that color and it will go in the bag. Now, the reason that I'm making this video is you're probably not new to gel polish, but chances are you're new to GelMoment. So I want to set you up for success. But the reason I'm doing this is because there are a couple of tips, tricks, that will help you get the best possible manicure. So this is a power bank that you can get through GelMoment. It extends the battery. Yeah, so that's going to work. Perfect, 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 perfect. This does not come with a kit. This is just something that I purchased to be able to do this and then totally forgot that I had it. Okay, so I'm going to pick a polish. Let's do this beautiful Sherry d'Amour. Okay, so you want to start with your cleansing wipe, and you need to use this on all 10 nails. Give it a good wipe. It works for all 10 nails. You don't need a new one. Let that dry for a couple of seconds. And then we are going to put a thin coat. And one of the tips for success is to apply thin coats. And I will tell you that from my experience, I tend to go for 3 coats. There are some colors that you can get away with 2, but I tend to do 3. And you want to be sure to cap that end, which is a lot easier to do when you have longer nails. With my stubby little short ones, it can be hard to do. Now, we're moving the polish way out of the way. To put that in there and press my light. And after 60 seconds, that will go off. The reason that I have the polish out of the light is it can actually, the lamps can cure your polish in the bottle. Now with the deluxe lamp, you kind of get a bit of a wraparound, so there's less light to worry about, but you can always just move it completely out of the way onto an entirely different surface. This one does not count down. The deluxe one will give you, it sets at 45 seconds and counts down. This one, the light will just go off when it's done. It's 60 seconds. And the 2-finger lamp, you can actually get a pedicure out of it as well. I was shocked, but willing to try. That's the beauty of the professional and the deluxe lamps, is that you can fit your whole foot in there. But with this one, you can do your 3 smallest toes and then your big toe and the one next to it, the next little piggy. So you can probably see, we can still see through there. So I will do a 3rd coat, but the key to success, like I've said, is thin coats and keep the polish away from the light. Those are the 2 things, the top 2 tips that I will give you. I mean, that doesn't really help with the manicure part, but when it starts to cure in the bottle, it gets very thick and gloppy, and it is almost impossible to apply a thin coat. Now, if you're applying it too thick, the light won't be able to cure it. You'll find that it'll smudge and it won't cure properly. You might end up with bubbles, and it's just not a great manicure. So err on the side of too thin and maybe do multiple coats versus putting it on too thick and having it not cure properly. And you may have questions as to how GelMoment is on your nails. It is 5-free. I will tell you that this has no odor. I'm not sitting here like plugging my nose. I can't smell anything. And the remover pads and the cleansing wipes actually have a nice smell. They're not perfumey, they're kind of fruity. This will not damage your nails. You can apply Fortify, which is a strengthening coat, and it is the only thing GelMoment has that doesn't need to be cured. You just wait for it to dry, but I do not recommend that you put it on under polish because your polish will peel off. I had done a dark color and it came off in probably 12 hours. So do not put Fortify on underneath. If you want to wear Fortify, then leave your nails unpolished for a few days. And with my Borrow bag, I do only include, these are the gentle remover pads. There is a product called Flake Off, and that you just brush on and let it sit for 5 minutes. And basically it will just peel it off. It's amazing. Let me show you that, because while you have my Borrow bag, you're not going to be taking off your polish, chances are, because it's going to last. But let me show you how this is so that when you're ready to make a purchase, you know which remover you want, because you will have tried those. So let me just get this ready. I'm not taking off all of my polish. I'll just do my thumb. Actually, let's do both thumbs and I'll give you a side-by-side comparison. So you always need to buff off the shine. So let's do Flake Off on my left. And it is a gel. You'd probably be surprised at how it looks when it comes out of the bottle. And you want to be generous, but not so much so that you're wasting it. And then I will take a new one, not these ones, because these are actually going to a customer. One of these bags now, this won't be included in the kit because I use these all the time. But you have the option to buy these, and I'll show you how they look. You don't need them, but I find they are fantastic. So you can see the little wipe in there. You're going to put your nail in, and then there's a little adhesive on the back side. Now, it doesn't work so great with the thumb if you have big thumbs. And then if you're making a purchase, you can purchase these remover clips, and then you just push it on there. Now, my thumb doesn't really allow that to close fully, but you've got 5 to 7 minutes with the remover pad, and you've got about 5 minutes with the flake off, 3 to 5. And look at that. Now, I tend to do 3 coats no matter what. So let me take my cuticle pusher. I don't want to use this one because that one's not mine, but everything is sanitized between uses. So I'm going to scrape off this layer, and I can reapply so that I get to that next layer, but this is already coming off. I want to tell you the color that I have on right now is Sandcastles, 3 coats, and then I use the Andromeda Chrome. I've gotten a few compliments on this manicure. And you can always see my current manicure on Instagram and Facebook. polishedAF on both. I believe it's polishedAF 204 on Instagram. Okay, so we've got that first coat off, but I will do a Facebook Live showing how to apply chrome because I have had that question. When you do put chrome on, there is a top coat called Clearly Frisky, which is just a clear polish. It's like any other color, but it's clear, and that seals in the chrome. So that is what came off there. You don't want to push too hard. You don't want to take part of your nail off here. So if you're finding there's quite a bit of resistance, then just put it back on, because this hasn't been on very long as of this point. So just put that back in. And I love both removers. I find that they both have their time and their place. If you have the time to be able to sit down and do the bags and the clips, by all means. Like if you can be hands-free for a few minutes, then do that. If you don't have a lot of time, use Flake Off. And you can put that on all 10 fingers at the same time and just go through and scrape everything off. If you have stubborn bits that aren't coming off and you've used the remover pads, then come in with a little bit of Flake Off. So you can work them, you can use them both together. I wouldn't, however, put Flake Off on and then put a bag on, because I think that that would probably wipe this off. But I haven't tried it. I'm being impatient with this. I haven't waited the full time. The other thing I'm going to do is just buff a little bit more. And one little hack that I'll give you is if you have a color and you want matte, because the matter effect is out of stock, it is expected to be back soon. But if you want a matte look, you can actually just buff the shine off. So let's just do like a French tip on this one. We'll buff off the top. And I'll use, well, I've got that wipe there, but can you see it's matte on top and shiny on the bottom? It's not perfect, but it's a nail stick. So you can buff off the whole thing, or you can just do the top. Try a different effect. It's a good little hack while matter effect is out of stock. Such a pretty color, isn't it? So that one again, in case you're intrigued, is Sherry Demo. I'm not a francophone, so probably just butchered that. But I wanted you to see both the application and removal process. And when you get down to just a tiny little bit left, you can just buff the remaining off, but don't go too far. This is your natural nail, and only use the gray side. When you're buffing off the polish, you want to use the white side. And this is one that I use to prop up these nail sticks when I'm painting new colors. So that's why that's such a mess. But when you're down to your natural nail, only use that gray part of your emery board. Nail file, whatever it is. And I'm not going to make you sit here and watch the rest of it. I mean, I'm not making you watch any of it, but that is the difference between the two. And like I said, I'm just not being patient enough. I'm not giving this one the time it needs. So please don't judge it based on that. But that is all. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. And I want to thank you for your interest in GelMoment. And let me know if you have any questions. We'll see you soon. Bye.